I just wanted to confirm how easy can it be?
Okay. So what do you guys want to do over there? Do you guys want to look around? Do you guys want to just go to the main exhibition area?
I want to see all the stuff.
All right, go ahead and roll. You can roll spot hidden if you want.
Oh man, okay. Yay!
All right. So you will find among many different things. Let me just a second. Okay, let's see. You will find that on a stack of books.
Cards aquating them. Cards aquating them possibly mean things of the water. Trade. Such. This one. Interesting.
Cool. How big is that book?
Um, I want to say that it's more kind of like a notebook, something that was translated by someone, written down in a regular notebook. It's actually written in regular ink instead of your typical book. So there's nothing stating that it was actually thought of as a book per se.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so somebody just translated it or something, and I guess it got misplaced. You also find a statue. Well, many statues, many different statues. Did you all roll spot hidden, or was it just you that rolled spot hidden?
I think it was just me.
Okay, everybody else
Just
can roll it too. See what you guys can find.
Okay. Oh man,
No.
I suffer in that
Failure.
department.
Nice.
All winners.
No, I rolled it twice and I failed both times.
Lads, come on.
Oh yeah.
All right. So Edward, you find this distinguished image. It's a golden image, like a trinket of sorts. Almost like a small statue. It is a cow, and it's got tentacles coming out of its sides, I guess.
Nice.
Yeah, it really calls to your attention for some reason. It's very, very strange. It's got very long horns, and it's definitely a cow. But it's just very strange. It really gets to you, the fact that it's got the tentacles.
And I inquire, just be like, "Ooh, what's that?"
So, Tom will say, "Well, I believe this one's from Argentina. Um, Let me see. Yeah, this is actually recovered from Argentina. We did an expedition a while back, and we recovered. I remember this item. We recovered it over there. It was somewhere near Patagonia. It's a very beautiful place. A lot of weird stuff was going on there, and ultimately things started getting creepy, so we left.
And you brought that with you?
What do you mean creepy? What kind of creepy?
Well, unexplainable things started happening. People started disappearing. Other people started appearing almost as if they were hurt. Although the most creepy thing was probably the dangers of going out at night. We were convinced that there was some sort of, I don't know, some sort of mythical something. I don't know what kind of creatures they will have over there, that they could be like scary, he says. But we could have sworn there was something, maybe hunting us or feeding from us. We will go out some days and we will be missing somebody, and then all of a sudden we'll find chunks of his body spread out from different places. Very, very scary.
That is fast. Do you remember the coordinates of this place? And she takes out a little notebook, eagerly.
The coordinates, not right off the bat, but I'm pretty sure, if we ever get a map, I can definitely point it out to you.
Thank you very much. I will find the map later
Oh,
tonight.
you're most welcome. I personally left because we were running out of people, and it was getting a little weird. Also, the locals were kind of looking at us not very well. They probably thought that maybe we were killing the slaves that we were bringing with us to do the work. But ultimately, we left. I don't know. I think we went there with an expedition of about 50 people and came back only with maybe 5 people. It was terrible. But anyway,
How quickly did all this pan out?
I'm sorry.
How long was the strangeness going on?
Well, we collected all this, I want to say, in, I don't know, within the last 5 years. It's been quite a while.
How big is that cow statue?
I want to say it's probably as big as your cell phone.
I'm going to touch it.
Well,
Yes.
It looks unique. I want to touch it.
you want to touch it? Okay, you can ask. I mean, I think someone else was holding it, so I don't know. But I don't
And it's
think.
just, it's like a
No, I was gonna say I don't think anybody will have a problem with you touching a statue of a cow.
awesome. I'm gonna pick it up and I'm gonna wiggle all the tentacles and stuff to see if anything moves.
Okay. It doesn't move or anything. It's just a statue. It's got tentacles everywhere and long horns. It's got a very strange face. Somehow it looks somewhat angry.
What's it made out of?
Gold.
Are there any more items that look like this?
Not particularly like that, no. But it's got its own style, I guess.
Okay.
So this is the only item that came from there?
I'm sorry, said that again?
This is the only item that came from there?
Well, no, this is not the only item that came from there. Some of the other items are on the exhibition right now.
Are you going to be
No, I'm
responsible
asking
for
the guy.
furniture, or do you want me to be? Make sure it's at the
Our rustic type.
So he says, "Okay, well, if you're ready, we can go over there right now, and I can show you around."
That sounds great. And am I way still holding the?
I'm sorry, you broke up.
Oh, Amaya says great,
Okay,
and she starts to walk away, still holding the cow.
very well. All right, so let's go that way. I just need 2 seconds, and I'll be right back. I gotta go say goodnight to my
Alrighty.
kid.
I want this witness. I said I had the cow, and he didn't say I couldn't keep it.
Yeah, I'm not doing anything. I see you, but I'm not saying anything.
If he tells me to put it back, I'll put it back. I just want to see what I'm allowed to take.
I don't know if this is metagaming, but is your character like a thief?
Not necessarily. She is an explorer. She gets around by pretending to be not pretending, but she's a musician. But she just loves weird stuff. She likes going around, and she's not the most focused person. So she will walk away with something, not meaning to steal it, but just not realizing that she still has it. I'm trying to low-key get some type of eldritch horror attached to me by just being unaware of my surroundings.
You're a crash dummy. That's what's happening.
Yes, I'm gonna trip all the alarms for you guys. Don't worry. I'm gonna be your canary in the mine.
That's why I'm ignoring it right now.
Yeah, my character, she's just gonna touch everything that she can until something scares her. Also, from a metagaming standpoint, I'm just really paranoid that we're going to need an artifact in here to banish something.
That's
Yeah.
fair.
The dynamite experiment. I don't want to repeat that.
Are you experimenting with dynamite?
Yeah.
Yeah. That
It
never
worked.
goes well.
Oh, wait, Dan, were you not there last session?
He had to drop because
Yeah.
Oh,
everybody.
My internet crashed midway through.
Yeah, we filled the wheelbarrow up with dynamite, and we had the one guy who just kept trying to set it off while we were all surviving or trying to survive, and then he blew up. He blew up the goddess Bast, like the cat goddess, like that one.
Oh, okay, that's an
Dispersed her.
interesting way of dealing with it.
Yeah, he
Yeah, it
dispersed her.
worked.
He didn't kill her.
He didn't kill her.
No, he said it dispersed.
Disappeared.
She went back to where she came from.
And it killed him
Hmm.
as well.
Yeah, he's
didn't
definitely.
Well,
that part.
that's predictable, yeah.
All right, I'm back. So, okay, then you guys are brought into the main hall where the stuff is. Right there, you can see that this area is much, much bigger than the little room where you guys were at. In this place, actually, there's stuff from everywhere. There are sarcophagi, there are stuff from Greeks, there's stuff from Asian culture, Indian, Japanese, Chinese. There's some stuff from different continents, including South America and Central America, Australia, everywhere else. So Tom says, well, over here we just gathered pretty much everything we got in one spot. As you can see, this hole is quite big. But feel free to look. And if you spot anything interesting, by all means, if you know something about this stuff, please let me know. I mean, we do have some very little knowledge about it, but I will be definitely interested to know what you know, if you know anything.
Yeah.
Is there anything in here that we could know about?
I'm sorry, is there anything in there that what?
That we would know about?
Depends what you find.
Oh, okay.
So spot hidden it is.
Yep, as I say.
Spot hidden it away. Wow, look
I
at
see
you
nothing.
guys. Look at you go. Am I missing anybody else? Any other players? No? No?
No, I haven't ruled it.
No? Okay. Alright. So let's start from the top. From the teepee top. So, Edward, you find a bone. This bone, it's very strange. No matter how much you look at it, you just can't make up what it is from. Like, if it's from an animal, it looks quite big. So it could be whether a large animal, it could be human. However, it is very, very strange because this bone actually has got spikes to it. You've never seen a bone like that before. So you're kind of looking at it. Arthur, you find a very, very strange star. It's kind of like a necklace of sorts. I mean, or not a necklace because there's actually no necklace attached to it, but it's mostly like the trinket that you will attach to the necklace. And it's a very strange star that instead of points, it's got tentacles to it.
Oh.
Yeah, and it's got an eye in the center. Amaya, you find, to go along with that cow, you find what it seems to be an elephant statue. This one is about the same size of the one that you saw with the cow, and it also has got tentacles to it.
Also gold?
Uh-huh. Go ahead.
And it's also gold?
Yep.
Okay.
And finally, Dave, your character locates this strange drawing. More like a picture. Go ahead and roll knowledge or intelligence.
Not so good.
Okay. No, you're looking at it, and as you look at it, you start getting a headache. You just start getting a headache more and more, and go ahead and roll a 1d2 for me.
On it. No, I mean, not the one you do, but.
All right, thank you. You can deduct that 1 point of your health. And, however, no matter how you look at it, whether it is upside down or not, it gives you almost the idea as it could be the image or the painting of a place. some sort of location. The colors are very weird, but it could look like something that could be some rocks. That could be, you don't know if it's grass or if it is dirt or what it is, or it could be the sky, because the sky is not necessarily blue. It's got excuse me, everything is painted on shades of brown, and the type of art it is, it makes it all seem like very strange, to the point that you don't necessarily know where something starts and something ends.
You can hand it off to the antiquarian. He looks like an egghead.
Okay. The antiquarian, if he wants, he can roll Cthulhu Mythos if he has any, or occult, either or. Wow. All right. You definitely put two and two together and you say, wow, this image is definitely something else. I think I've seen something like this before, or I've heard of this type of art. This is very abstract, and I think I've heard that this is definitely from South America. This is a place I think I've heard from. There's some catacombs over there that supposedly there's all sorts of great things and magic over there. I really don't know much about it, but I have heard a couple of times about that place. So, anybody else want to look at that picture?
Arthur will.
All right.
Amaya will. I'll give it a go.
All right. So, at that point, I need everybody to give me power rolls.
Oh, God damn it.
And it begins.
Cool.
Yo!
All right. Oh, no.
Oh.
94 out of 69, man. Quite the roll. All right. So, at this point in time, you guys, the ones of you that don't pass the power roll, you realize that you just cannot move. You just stand looking at the at this wall in the back. There seems to be a throne of sorts in there, and you see the image of something sitting down over there. This thing sitting down that you have never seen before in your life, but it's got the shape of something horrendous. It's got teeth everywhere, all over it. There doesn't seem to be eyes. It's got tentacles everywhere, sticking from the bottom. Its arms are tentacles, and its head is it's a huge tentacle too. And these teeth are, in some cases, mouths that are all over the place. He seems to be sitting, and with one of his tentacles, he's petting some sort of this creature that looks like a humongous moth that just seems to be standing there, and when he moves, you see some dust that comes out of it, and it just flies around with the wind. He looks at you, and everyone else, go ahead and roll spot hidden.
Oh, I passed.
Getting it.
Made it.
All right, so those of you that pass, you notice that Amaya's kind of standing still. She's not necessarily moving. She's got this look that is kind of lost on the back wall. What do you guys do?
Arthur's gonna. Can I make a psychology check to see if she's okay?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck if I know.
Damned if I know as well.
All right.
This one. No. Zero clear.
Are we guys just staring at her, just going,
Yep.
I don't think there's anything wrong with you.
All right. So you notice that Amaya is there, but she's just not there at the moment. I mean, you can try to talk to her, but she's just not answering at this time. It's like an answering machine. Amaya, go ahead and roll your power again.
Okay.
All right. As you snap out, all the lights go off. When the lights go off, an orb of light appears in the middle of the room, and it's just levitating. And the light just starts talking to you in some sort of language that you just don't really understand. All of a sudden it laughs, and it shows the image of the planet, shows many parts of the world, and definitely shows that area in Argentina where this guy went. And then all of a sudden the light just vanishes.
Did anybody else just see that?
See what?
what?
You the
I
most
just saw
wonderful.
you staring at the back wall, lady.
No, there's a big ball of light. There was.
Okay, I think that we all just need to calm down here.
Didn't know what it was. A very large ball of light. No one else saw it.
I'm afraid you might have gone quite mad for a second though.
No. Everybody would have
No.
saw it this time. That
Oh,
light,
okay.
everybody would have saw that light.
Oh!
So are we just standing in the dark right now?
No, the lights would have come up after the ball leaves.
Okay.
And Tom
that case-
and Tom says, "Wow, what was that?"
Do I still see the figure on the back wall?
No, it's gone.
I run to the back wall.
All right, you ran to the back wall. You're the back
Um,
wall.
I'm looking around. I'm looking around for the moths. I'm looking around for the dude.
Nothing's there. There's no traces of anything. However, you can roll spot hidden.
Okay. And as I'm looking, I'm talking to the people behind me very excitedly about the giant moth I just saw and the strange creature that was all tentacles. And I think it was evil, but I'm not sure.
You do find traces of the dust that the moth released. There's some purple color dust.
I will gesture to the professor. There's a professor.
Who?
Yeah, I'll gesture over and I'll point. Like, look, right there. That came from the moth. The moth was as big as me.
And Tom looks at you and is like, "What moth?"
I will try and see.
He says, "Are you okay, young woman?" I mean, I was.
I'm gonna go with yes.
I was under the impression that you guys were professionals here. Have you been drinking?
I don't know. Fine.
Um, but in any case, I mean, I don't know what to say. Hold on. You say there was a moth with this dust now that all of a sudden you run here first and then you claim that it was here. Did you pull the trick with the light? How did you turn the lights off?
If I could do that, I would be much, much richer. Actually, that is what you just said is great. How does the light here work? And she just starts looking up at the ceiling.
She says, "Look,
Sorry,
I'm gonna keep an eye on you.
Again. Is he being honest with us?
I'm gonna keep an eye on you. I think there's something going on with you, lady."
Does he seem like he's being honest that he knows nothing?
Who's being honest?
Tom.
Tom. You don't really know what's going on with Tom. Tom has this very, very cold demeanor that he's not showing a lot of emotion or anything. In order to read Tom, you will need. Oh, you got a hard success. You know, he could very well be telling the truth, but at the same time, he could be very well not telling the truth. I mean, it's really, really hard for you to pinpoint it. For all you know, and based on what your role gives you, he's telling you the truth. Meaning that if he's lying to you, he will be extremely good at lying.
Or possessed.
Maya will turn back. I don't remember Tom's last name, but he'll just say, Mr. Tom, when you were in South America,
I was.
did you see a big bonfire?
No, not really. No, I mean we brought lamps inside of the caves and stuff, but we didn't see any lights that will not be from the lamps we brought. We also brought torches. Turned out they were very useful, though.
The whole time she's looking up at the ceiling, trying to figure out how the lights here are wired.
Like that was a first for me, I have to say. Did you guys touch anything that might have triggered that?
No.
What about you, fella over there? He looks at Samuel. He's like, maybe you playing a trick? You got a flashlight there or something?
I may look a bit eccentric, but I'd never do anything like that.
I'm gonna be watching you.
Oh, okay.
So, he says, well, you know, I mean, I'm pretty sure you guys may not necessarily be interested, but, you know, in about a week's time, I am actually planning another trip to South America. I'm going back to Argentina. You know, I've been trying to gather a group together to go back and see if I can find any more of this eccentric items. Try to figure out what they are. Maybe I can get someone else to come here, look at them, and you know, shed more light into this. But you guys wouldn't be interested in going with me over there, would you?
I want to go.
I happen to be an expert on the occult. I think I would be a perfect companion for this.
Oh,
So, let's
well,
get
that
ready.
is so great. You know, I mean, you guys look like you have such knowledge of these items that I will feel a lot better if you guys will come with me. Mainly because, you know, I I want to know exactly what to do, what not to do. I don't want to get in trouble, and definitely if we find something valuable, whether it's monetary value or whatever, you guys can let me know. So what I'm gonna do is, he says, we're gonna leave in a week's time. I'm gonna get your tickets. We're gonna go on a boat, and I guess we'll be seeing each other. If you guys want, feel free to stay tonight. The people should be coming in any moment now. The rest of the public, and we'll be in touch. And at that point, you see the doors opening and people just walking, and the place gets full. There's just people everywhere, people talking. You have a hard time actually be able to listen to yourselves talk at this point if you're talking, mainly because how loud the place just got. There's fellow police officers everywhere, and keeping the order, preventing people from touching everything. And Tom leaves.
I'll give him the cow before he leaves.
He's like, "Oh, thank you very much. Yes, I was looking for this. This is very important. I will go ahead and put it back, and I will be leaving right now. I gotta do some more inventory, and then I'm probably gonna go tomorrow to pick up the tickets so we can be ready to leave next week." All right, so he leaves. What do you guys do in the meantime?
I'm gonna keep pestering the other guys about that solid light.
I'm gonna ask Edward or Samuel, both of you guys, are you guys good at looking stuff up, researching things?
Not particularly.
I would say possibly.
You might want to take a look in the library to see if you can find out anything. Any
Yes, the
newspaper
library.
clippings, things like that about this expedition, so we have a better idea.
I would love to take a chance at a library right now.
The library. All right. Well, you guys don't have to stay with it. You guys can leave at any time you want. And you guys can do
Right
whatever
on.
you want.
I'll go to the library and try a crack at it. Wow, there you go.
Wow. Okay, we'll save that roll. All right, so you guys head to the library. You guys get to the library, and there, Dave just schooled everybody on library used. So you guys definitely find some information with some maps of Argentina and Mesopotamia. There's some books with some story, mainly newspaper clips and diaries, articles written advising that certain areas of Argentina definitely can be quite scary. That there were accounts of people missing. That at some point, some people were saying that there were evil forces at bay, just claiming people. Werewolves, there could be too. Mythical creatures, vampires, and just killing everybody and one by one. But then nobody ever found anything. Nobody knows exactly what's going on. There's a drawing of the location. And there's a funny article actually written on how back in the day, from the main city, they were paying people up to $1,000 just to go over there and try to stay there for 2 days and come back, and that most people were not taking the challenge. Definitely not the locals. Also, we're gonna go ahead and give you, Dave, the ability to see if you find anything good. So hold on, Dave, where's your character? Good stuff. There we go. Pull them out. All right. Go ahead, click on your little token that you see on the screen, and click on tomes on the top of the screen.
Click on what now?
If you click on your token, do you see your token on the screen?
Yeah, I see it. I can't move.
Okay.
now.
Do you see any buttons, some purple on the top of the screen?
On top of the screen?
Yep.
Like
Give
the
me.
whole
Oh no,
screen?
you're not gonna see them yet. Hold on. What is your name, Gustav? Gustav. There you go. Okay. Do you see the buttons on the top now?
No, I don't. Sorry.
You have to click on the token. I don't know if you have clicked on it or not.
Yeah, I have. Maybe you need to release it to me.
All right, then do me a favor and go to your character and drag your character to the sheet. Maybe if you drag the token, it'll happen.
Go to my character.
Yeah, to your
Yeah.
where your character is on the side under characters.
Yeah, I've got my character sheet open.
Yeah, you want to just drag the token onto the map.
What, in the bio?
No, from the folder.
Like the journal tab.
Yeah.
Clicked on the name. Alright, there. Yeah, it's there.
All right. Now, if you click on it, do you see the buttons on the top?
I see like a green thing. It's got like my hit points. And I see
No. On the
like,
top of the map, where the map is, if you look right on the top of the screen, some buttons should be up here and over there saying attack spell, creature spell, luck roll, Fulvius thumbs.
No, I don't see that at all.
Okay. All right, then I guess I'll roll it for you. You don't see it. That's what you find. And since you can now see the icons, I need you to roll me a 1d3.
I'm gonna go to the bathroom. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Did he just find that book?
Yep, you just found that book.
Yeah,
Nice.
I'm gonna hand it over to Edward, Mr. Occult.
I do need you to. Okay, so you rolled a 1d3. Okay, great. So 1. All right. That book's got that. Includes that nice little spell, which is gonna take a 1d 30 days to learn.
So I can learn this?
I'm sorry?
I
Whoever
can
reads the
learn this, or-
book can.
It was Dave, yeah.
Alright. D30. It's gonna be a while. We're traveling. Ugh.
So you guys figured out who wants to read the book first. Although it's gonna take you a 1d 30 days to learn it.
Wow.
Oh well, to read the book. So
There you go.
so 4
So
days.
I know what I'm doing.
All right. So provided that you don't do anything else, you can read the book in 4 days. Since you're gonna have a week till you go on a trip, maybe you can pull that off. All right. So you find that information over there at the library. And what do you guys want to do now? Do you guys want to do anything in particular? Do you want to just skip time until the day of the trip?
I think I'll look up information on Argentina's wildlife
Okay.
because he talked about people getting hurt and finding body bits.
I'm gonna go buy a bunch of ammunition for my 45.
Okay. All right. So you go get your ammunition, and you find a book about wildlife, and it tells you pretty much every single little thing about wildlife. That people go hunting. There's jaguars. There's the puma, and it just speaks about everything. However, there's nothing stating about anything weird or crazy.
Okay.
Yeah. So anything else you want to do?
I guess I'll just start packing gear. Just things like climbing rope, climbing gloves, just to help me with it.
Okay.
Like my own flashlight, compass, just stuff like that.
All right.
Picks and some spades.
Yeah, whatever it is that you're bringing, just add it to your possessions. Make sure you just have it over there.
Yum.
All right. So we're going to go ahead and say that the week goes by. You got your ticket because he had it delivered by mail. And you guys get to meet at the port. Tom arrives. He has quite a bunch of luggage. He says, well, there was a change of plans. We're not necessarily going to need those tickets anymore. But I'm glad every one of you showed up. It's always nice. I'm glad I can count on you. It was really important for me, for you guys to come. I do have faith that this time around we're going to uncover many, many things that are going to be a breakthrough for mankind. So, I have gotten us this book. It says, unfortunately, the boat that we had became unavailable, and so I managed to pay this sailors that are gonna take us. And when you look at the boat, you see that the boat is definitely not a cruise, more like a fishing boat. Um, it's definitely big enough for all of you, but it's definitely not anything comfortable or anything fancy, to put it somehow. Definitely reeks of fish. And so the captain comes out. He's missing an eye, smoking a cigar, dressed like a sailor. He's got his flask he's drinking from. He's like, "Are you guys ready or what? You're not paying me just to stay dock here." And Tom says, "Yes, yes, all in good time, good sir. We're gonna be leaving soon." And so Tom starts walking up the ramp and gets on the boat. What do you guys do? Do you guys go into the boat?
How stable does the boat look?
How's what?
How stable does the boat look?
Well, the boat looks sturdy enough to float. I mean, it's not bad. It looks like it's been used quite a bit. That boat's probably, I want to say, at least, I don't know, a good 50 years old, 50, 60 years old.
Perfect. Amaya runs on. She is carrying a bag that's as big as
And the sailor says, "Well, it's so really nice to have some ladies on board. You know, we haven't seen a really nice looking lady in a while. This trip is gonna be a treat."
You have no idea, sir. I hope you like jazz, and I will. I can play any tune you want.
Well, if you need anything, you let me know. I'm pretty sure you're going to love your room where you're gonna be staying. And all of you too. We have some special locations just for you guys, because we sleep in the common area. You know, or our beds, our bunk beds, they're like in the middle area. That's where we sleep. In the room next door, we normally eat. Don't worry, everybody's gonna have your own bucket, so you can go to the bathroom when you need it. You just gotta rinse it. You know, you're good. Just dispose of the stuff, out to the sea. No need to be fancy. No need to nothing. You just bring it out and just toss it out. It's all good. I wouldn't leave it in your room for too long though, because it's just gonna stink the room. And granted that, we try to give you as much privacy as possible, but we're definitely a little bit short of space in this place. But come on, I'm gonna take you to your quarters. You're gonna love the place. So as you go down, you start going down the stairs and get to the bottom. You finally get to the bottom of the boat. Pass through every single quarter, kitchen, everything else, and you get to the bottom. Once you get to the bottom of the room, you realize that the bottom of the boat is kind of like the place where everything is kept there. You find barrels of fish. You find cages that they could have housed birds at some point. Some food hang to dry over there, like some fish, some meat, a couple flies, like duking it out up there. And he says, "Okay, well, this is your quarters," and when he points, he shows you where you're gonna be staying, which is pretty much in the open, divided by some dividers with what could be looked as sheets, or maybe some sails that are not using, dividing, the beds where you guys are laying down, and a little bit of area for you to stand up without necessarily touching someone else's bed. Like, you guys feel free to sleep comfortably over here. Anything you need, please don't hesitate to ask. The captain has made sure that you guys can be as comfortable as it can be. And all of you have your own little mattress made out of hay and your pillow. Most of you have blankets, so you should be fine. Says, all right, well, I'm going to be leaving now, and we'll let you know when it's supper time. And he starts walking away.
This entire time, Arthur just kind of has this like fake plastered smile on his face because he's like slowly realized that, oh, this is not like the cruises I've been on before. This is not nice.
Damn.
The book says.
Someone
Oh, there's
crashed.
a Goose Dog.
Oh.
I thought Brody's internet went out. No, it's Goose Dog.
So, do you guys want to do anything while you're there? Do you guys want to skip time? What do you want to do?
Well, someone should probably read that book.
Yeah, we lost somebody.
Well, yeah. I'm sure whoever reads the book is just going to be reading. There's plenty of time for you to read, considering that you're going to be there for 7 weeks.
Damn.
I'm
Oh
sure
my
you're going to
God.
love it by the time you get there.
It's 7 weeks on the ship or in Argentina?
On the ship.
Oh my God.
Amaya punches Arthur in the arm. He's like, I couldn't stop him.
Almost 2 months.
I would like her how to boat. I'm gonna battle the crew and stuff and just kind of mimic them and see if they'll let me do boat stuff.
All right, so as you go up, you notice that the boat has been moving already, and it has left the coast. So if anything you guys needed to do, now it's too late. The boat is already en route. You have your interaction with the sailors, which most of the sailors, you will find out that they are very thrilled to talk to you and to hang out with you, as they are all super horny. And
Oh, okay.
they
Damn. All right.
they think they are, they're
All
going
of us?
crazy because there's a woman on board.
It's just me. Yeah, Arthur, they're looking real hard at you.
And Arthur's open to it.
So the sailors
No,
go,
yeah, I'll
Huh?
spend the next 7 weeks. I'll spend the next 7 weeks hanging out with the crew, learning how to help on the boat. I'll play music for them and stuff.
like, wow, you play so good. On the rocking boat. All right, so we're gonna fast forward. During this time, obviously, Tom will be around. However, he won't necessarily be a lot with you guys. He will definitely be inside of his room, which his room is gonna be definitely separated from yours. He has his own room area that is separated from the sailors too. Is probably inside of a closet that he has his room. And he'll come down to check on you from time to time. You definitely gonna see him during supper time. Finally, the boat gets to Argentina. You dock. You get out of the boat, and Tom says, "Well, good thing I speak Spanish, so I can get us some hotel rooms, and And we're gonna be just great. You see, we're gonna make the best out of this trip. Everything is gonna be swell. The sailors are coming with because they are part of the crew that are hired to provide us with assistance. So they're gonna be pretty much coming with us, and whatever we find, they're gonna be loaded into the boat. I'm pretty sure that boat's gonna be fairly sturdy to bring us all back, plus whatever we find there. So we should be fine. What do you all think?
I mean, it's your boat.
Like, well, you know, we were planning to put everything, you know, on that big room where you guys are at. I'm pretty sure we can just move things around and just fit everything there, whatever it is that we find, if we find anything. Now, you guys wouldn't mind if we have a couple cages over there with the animals, because you know there's some nice animals over here that we can bring. We can make some good money if we sell them out there. One of the sailors says.
As long as we don't have to clean the cages, that's fine.
No, I'm saying just don't let them out. You know, jaguars don't necessarily like people that much.
Well, then I suppose it's fine.
All right, very well. Yeah, I think we were gonna bring some of that, maybe some boars. But okay, so the captain looks at Tom, says, "Okay, well, have the fellas. The fellas are gonna stay here on the boat. Whenever you need us to start heading towards whatever it is your expedition, you just come get us. We're gonna stay here on the boat. You guys go get yourself food or over room or whatever it is you need." So Tom says, "Okay, I'll tell you what, guys. You guys gather your stuff. I'm gonna go to the nearest hotel, get us rooms, and I'll come get you." So Tom leaves. What do you guys do?
I feel like Tom's not gonna come home.
We'll see.
Well, after a little while, Tom does return. He says, "All right, so I got you all rooms at the hotel. It's called La Esquina, and you guys can stay over there. I'm sure you guys are gonna love it. It's fantastic." He's like, he gives all of you keys. He's like, "Come on, follow me. I'll take you where it is." And the hotel is actually really nice. This hotel is finally nice. You guys have your own room. You guys have your own bed. The room is full of food and drinks, alcohol left and right, whatever you want. This is actually one of the fancier hotels. It's like, all right.
Hotel.
Yeah, he's like, "All right, so I know that we had a hard trip, so today we're just going to stay here in this town. This is Buenos Aires, by the way. And we're just going to hang out over here. And then tomorrow morning, we're just going to take a truck and head towards the place. Start heading over there. It might take us maybe a day just to get there. If you need me, I'm going to be at the hotel across the street."
Oh, why?
Interesting.
Well, turns out that there's not enough rooms for all of us, and you know, it's okay. I'm just gonna be resting. You know, I need to catch up on some sleep and stuff, so it'll be good for all of us to be comfortable and, you know, taken care of for one night. I'll be happy to meet you guys for dinner later on. There's a nice diner across the street, right next to the hotel. We can meet there. You guys want to have dinner around what, 6, 7, 5?
The 5:30 sounds good.
All right.
If that's okay with everyone else.
All right. Well, I'll come around 6, check up on you, and if you guys are hungry, we'll go eat. at the diner, and then tomorrow morning we'll be leaving very early. So he turns around and he leaves.
Now that he's gone, do you guys trust this guy?
I mean, we followed him halfway across the world, so maybe.
I mean, I can follow around and try and see what he's doing at night, listening at his door, stuff like that.
Do you think there's something off with that?
You know, he's gonna stay in another hotel. At night, he was separate from us on the boat. Yeah, I think so.
True.
Yeah, I did the psychology on him, and he was very hard to read.
Perhaps. Maybe we'll find out more about dinner. Maybe he'll explain himself.
Yeah, well, I'll check up on him at night.
You check up on what, sorry?
I'm gonna check up on Tom at night.
Okay. Alright, so I guess you're gonna tonight you said, later on, after you goes to sleep, I guess.
Yeah, hopefully before he goes to sleep.
Okay. Alright.
Basically after dinner, I'm gonna try and follow him around on the sly.
Alright. Alright, so you guys finally unpack a little bit whatever you're gonna use for the night, and lay down on your beds. You feel how comfortable it is instead of being laying down in a hammock over there at the boat, and you're resting. Eventually, a knock on the door happens, and I guess then your door knocks.
Oh, Dan said he's gonna be back in a bit.
Oh, okay. Well then, Arthur, your door knocks.
Is there people?
Well, someone's knocking on the door.
Like, is there like a hole in the door to peep through?
Yeah.
Alright,
Yeah, you see
check
that
from
Tom
that
is on the other side.
Oh, okay. Arthur opens the door and says, "Oh, hello."
Hi. So it is 6 o'clock. I was wondering if you guys were hungry. We can go get something to eat.
We're all in different rooms, right?
Yep.
Okay. Well, I think it's a perfect time for dinner. I suppose we should gather the rest then, yes?
Yes. Yes, definitely. I'll. You just get ready. I'm gonna go let everyone else know.
Alright. I shall prepare
All right.
myself then.
So slowly, he starts going, knocking on everybody's door and letting everybody know that he spoke to you and that he's gonna go have dinner if you want to go. And eventually, once he gets to the last person, he says, "Well, I'll be across the street at the diner whenever you guys are ready. Just join me there."
Okay.
I follow him. I just follow him immediately.
All right. Yeah, he gets to the diner. He sits down at a big enough table. He orders something to drink, and he's just waiting for everybody to arrive.
Arthur walks in, sees him, sits down.
Okay.
Edward shortly behind him.
Okay. And all right, so ultimately, you guys arrive and sit down. And Arthur says, "Whoa, man, I'm hungry tonight. This trip has been rough. I mean, that time on the ship, it's been long. At least we're not gonna be back at the ship for at least a week or so. We got a good time going and exploring, and we're gonna be probably not sleeping very comfortably, but we should have some fun, I hope. How do you guys feel?"
Well, it's not quite what I expected. I'm more used to the, the finer things in life. But I suppose I'm having well, Chuck, what the fuck? A nice time.
Oh, well, that's good. As long as you guys are having fun, that's all that matters, really. Life, adventures, and all that. It all has to be fun. Otherwise, what's the point?
On that note, Tom, I just had a couple questions. Curious about some.
I'm sorry, you broke up. I couldn't understand any of that.
That's okay. Amaya is actually talking very fast, so no one probably understood what she was saying.
So the waitress comes, like, "Gentlemen, in Spanish, of course. She says, 'Gentlemen, and lady, what a nice surprise to see you. You guys don't look like you're from around here, but what would you guys like to drink?'" And Tom pretty much translates as she talks, and she has the brightest smile. She's a 20-year-old girl working over there at the restaurant. Very, very young, pale complexion. She's wearing this long skirt, puffy shirt, and kind of like a blouse type of shirt. Her hair is tied on a knot on the top of her hair. She has she doesn't have straight hair, but it's not really messy. But although you can tell that she is kind of a rush type of person, because she definitely didn't take the time to like fix her bun very well. She just has it. She just have it over there. She does have a couple bruises here or there on the arms, if you look, but very, very well hidden. And she does give you this forced smile every once in a while when somebody says something. And Tom talks to her in Spanish, and you guys have no idea what he's saying. So she leaves. And Tom says, "Whoa, I just ordered some good stuff. You guys are going to love it."
Oh, you ordered for us?
Well, yeah, she spoke Spanish, and also, it's not like they have a lot anyway. So, but I'm pretty sure you're going to like it. So eventually she starts bringing stuff. First she brings water. Then she brings another liquid, which it looks like wine. And after further inspection, you guys are going to realize that it is wine. And eventually she starts bringing trays and trays and trays of barbecue meat. Like, the whole table's almost covered in that and salad. And she says, she talks to Tom again, and Tom just says something and just sends her away. And Tom looks at you and says, "Guys, dig in. Try the wine, it's excellent."
Sorry, as an officer of the law, I don't drink. Prohibition.
Well, there's no prohibition here in Argentina, he says.
It's a matter of principle.
Okay, well, you do know that prohibition is not about not drinking. It's about not buying.
No thanks.
All right.
Arthur sees the wine being pushed towards him by Amaya and just goes, "Well, why, thank you," and takes the wine, pours himself a glass, and takes a sip.
Yeah, the wine is excellent. It's very good. So, well, you guys eat. Tom says, "Okay, well, I do hope you guys are up for adventure because you know this area where we're going. There's going to be a little bit of everything. We're going to be able to do a little bit of the trip on our truck, but then we're going to have to do at least, I want to say, a mile or two on foot. There are trees, you know, there's vegetation, but as long as we stick together, we should be fine. Just whatever it is tomorrow, don't try to like take off, don't run away, don't steer away, and you should be okay. Normally, wildlife tends to not attack people that are in a group, so just remember that. So, anything you guys want to do in the meantime while you guys eat, or?
I have questions for Mr. Tom.
All right, shoot.
I was just curious, because you said you left last time because things got really weird. So what changed that you feel better coming back?
Well, I think that I have a more knowledgeable group this time around to come with me. You guys seem to, at least some of you, seem to have some knowledge of some of this stuff. And definitely you seem to have a good eye to find useful things. I mean, look, I believe it was one of you that found that the diary or whatever within the things that was inside of the boxes, and then the little cow with the little cow statue that was very very unique. Also, not to mention that we had an experience together. I mean, something happened. You guys said that none of you did that trick with the light. So, I mean, I never seen anything like that done, especially with no cables or anything like that. So, I think it's worth the try to come with you guys. See if you guys can help me find anything interesting over here.
So you mentioned your previous, like, team. What happened to them?
Well, that is a very sad story. And everybody, go ahead and roll spot hidden.
Oh,
Oh,
Got it.
All right, those of you that notice the waitress seems to be kind of every time she goes back or walks by or whatever, she stands back and she out of all the tables that she has, she keeps looking at your table. She just looks at your table all the time.
I'll wave when she looks at me.
Oh, and she waves back and smiles. You know.
does a 97 count as a fumble?
I believe it's.
Let me look. We can find out.
Actually, yeah.
Let me see what my
I
rules
need that.
say.
I need to know that for the counter.
Yeah.
Let me see what my rules say. Yeah, it does. Actually, my rules go from 95 to 99 as a fumble. So
95? Oh.
95.
95.
You sick bastard.
So yep, you
Well,
can
the
find
counter
it
just
in the
died.
on the posts of the game under combat. 95 to 99 fumble.
Bad.
So when you look at her and you see her smile, it kind of distracts you in a way that actually you're chewing a piece of meat, and this piece of meat, I don't know what's going on with it, or you don't know what's going on with it, but no matter how much you chew it, it just doesn't go down, and it doesn't go down. It just doesn't. You keep chewing it and chewing it and chewing it and chewing it. It's almost like unchewable. So eventually, you look at her and you attempt to swallow it, and when you swallow it, you realize that the piece is still too big to go down. So it kind of gives you this pain on your throat, and you feel it on your esophagus too going down. So go ahead and roll 1d2.
Okay.
All right. So after that, since you see her looking at you and you're trying to swallow that thing, eventually you swallow it down, but she distracts you to the point that her smile is just so captivating that you just start coughing, and you just and cough and cough and cough, and eventually that thing comes out and it ends up right in the middle of the table. Piece of chewed meat.
Disgusting.
Who is this happening to?
Huh? Who
This is happening to
Dave.
or Dave.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna spit it out. I thought you were talking to somebody else.
Nope.
Oh,
That was you. I need a 1d2, please. Thank you.
damn.
So, at all that, Tom says, "Oh yeah, I remember that waitress. She was the one that that was here already last time we came with the group. Yeah, this place. This is like the third time I come to this restaurant. They got really nice food. So, do you guys have any questions about tomorrow?" He says.
Yeah, where are we going?
Yeah, where are we going?
That's a very good question, actually.
Well, we're going to go to the ruins that are in Mesopotamia, which is about, I want to say, about 8 hours away from here. We're going to go on the truck. And then we're going to be leaving very early to try to use the most of daylight. And then once we get to the end of the drivable area, then at that point we're going to start walking or hiking, and we're gonna hike for about 2 miles until we get to the caves. Once we get there, we're probably gonna stay at the entrance of the cave. There's catacombs in there, so we're not going to go all the way in them, but we're going to go just a little bit in there where we can be a little bit sheltered from the elements, and we're going to camp there for the night. And then on the next day, we can just go inside and start looking around, see what we can find. I mean, nothing like a good scavenger hunt inside of a godforsaken cave to like get you pumped up, right?
Right?
I suppose.
Well, there you go. That's the
Is
spirit.
it just gonna be us?
What?
Is it just gonna be us?
No, the sailors are coming too. But the sailors are gonna stay out mainly. They're gonna definitely camp in the same place, but they're not gonna go inside until we find whatever we're looking for. And then once we find whatever we're looking for, they're gonna be hauling it out and loading it on the truck or the trucks as we're bringing two. They're gonna be carrying all the way to the trucks back and forth, and bringing it onto the boat if we find any.
Can I drive one of the trucks?
Sure. I don't see why not.
The rest of you definitely would have heard of my saying she wants to learn how to drive a vehicle. She doesn't know how.
Yeah, not really.
Yeah, you're more than welcome to drive one of the trucks. So, all right. So at some point, Tom says, "All right. Well, I'm still fairly tired. I'm gonna go into my room and I'm just gonna try to relax and rest. Tomorrow we all have a big day. Remember that over here there is no prohibition, so feel free to drink as much as you can. Whatever you order, just let them know that it's for me, and I'll take care of it. I'll pay for it. And if there's anything else you need, just let me know. If it is an emergency, of course. I'm going to be very tired sleeping, so I would prefer if you guys let me sleep. And I will see you tomorrow morning."
All right.
Alrighty.
Glad.
All right. So Tom gets up and leaves.
Oh wait, when Tom's walking away, am I going to ask him one more question?
Okay. So Tom turns around and says, "What?"
Yeah, Mr. Tom, I'm
Yeah.
just curious. You don't have to answer. Are you a werewolf?
He says, "No,
Okay,
I
just
am
checking.
not. I don't believe in such fairy tales. Those are just kind of weird things that probably some sort of child wrote down on some sort of book to keep other friends entertained at some point. But I can tell you that in my lifetime, I have not seen any werewolves or have heard of any werewolves, nor I haven't told that I am a werewolf. And I have gotten up in the middle of the night to pee quite a few times. It says, but if I see one, I will make sure to point it out to you."
Okay.
All right. So I need power rolls for everybody. Woohoo!
Yeah.
Hey.
Oh, my sheet froze.
Oh, you're goddamn kidding me.
Yeah, I told you guys that this guy something was up with him, or something with the waitress, or both of them.
So as soon as he leaves, as soon as he's leaving, he gets up to leave. He's talking to you. The waitress comes to start picking up his stuff, and he looks at the waitress. He kind of smiles, and as she's picking up his silverware and his plates, unfortunately, she slips on the floor, and the plate actually falls on her, cutting her forearm on the side. Well, it's funny because you do notice that there is another scar on the opposite arm. That is kind of like a cut too, and he looks at her and he says, "Are you all right?" And she doesn't say anything. She gets up and she says, yes, I'm fine. And Engines runs, goes away. I want everybody to roll a 1d5. guess I'm gonna have to roll for Dan. Is he back?
Yeah, I'm back. I just
Okay,
rolled.
cool. 1d5. All right, so I need Dave and who was this? And Amaya. I need both of you to roll again.
A 1d5?
Yep.
Okay.
All right, so Dave, you were just sitting right next to Tom, and whenever she fell, the waitress fell on the ground and cut herself. Unfortunately, she had the table cover stuck to her apron, and that pulled down some of the stuff, making the food and some of the cups of wine fall down on you. After further discussion as to what happened to you and how you're all dirty, you all of a sudden hear a scream. All of you.
Oh, like a woman scream?
Yeah.
Oh,
You
can tell where
turn
it's coming from?
around to another table and you see that there was a family of 3 eating at the table. There was a woman, a guy that seems to be the husband, and their child. And the woman suddenly seems to have a knife stuck through her hand, stuck on the table. And she's screaming in pain. You see the husband pulling the knife out, and she's just in pain, grabbing like some sort of napkin, pressing against the cut, and the father just starts screaming at the child.
We should probably do something about that, right?
Where is Tom?
Tom has just now closed the door as he left.
I'm following him.
I'm running to the woman to help her put pressure in her hand.
Yeah, same.
Okay. Dan, do you want to do anything in particular?
Would I know anything about this? You know, occult-wise?
No, you just see that this is happening. People are just moving quick. Different things are happening at the same time, but nothing that you have
Nothing I
knowledge
can
of.
see. Okay. Yeah, no, I don't think this fits my area of expertise. I'll leave the team to do it.
Okay. So, who said that is going to follow Tom?
Me, Gustav.
Gustav. All right. Let's see how bad this goes, or how good. It really depends. It really depends. We'll see how that plays out. And you know, when it comes to good or bad, you can always ask Dan. Remember that time at the theater, Dan?
Unfortunately, yes.
Twice. Twice.
I wouldn't count the second time.
So, all right. So you start following Tom, and Tom just goes up. Give me just a second. Let's play it fair, just to make sure.
I rolled stealth successfully, so
I know.
you shouldn't know him there.
I know. No issue there. All right. So he opens the door of the hotel. He enters. You're following him, and eventually he gets to his room, pulls his key out, and enters his room. When he enters his room, the door closes.
I listen.
Yeah, you can listen if you want. Roll listen. Go ahead. Oh wow, 72. Jesus Christ. Do you have everything on 72?
No.
So at the moment you just hear that, he's just walking in, maybe taking clothes, putting clothes on a chair or something. The chair moves all of a sudden, but nothing in particular at the moment.
Okay, well, I'm just gonna stake him out then.
Okay. All right. What's the rest of you is taking care of the woman? So eventually, she wraps a napkin around her hand, and she's in a lot of pain. And the waitress has gone into the bathroom with the cook, which also happens to be a woman, and they are stitching her out. She had pretty much a cut from her wrist all the way to her elbow. So what else do you guys do?
If I saw them go into the bathroom for that, I'll go in and just try and communicate to the cook that there's a woman that's hurt out in the dining area.
And the cook is like, "Oh yeah, well, is she cut? Does she have a cut?"
I'll point to my hand.
Oh, okay. Well, she comes out. It's like, "Oh, okay. Well, she makes sure that the napkin is wrapped up around the hands. Like, okay, I'm sorry. You're gonna have to go to the clinic where we're not gonna be able to take care of you right now because that was a stab. So go have that take care of at the clinic. Bye. The food is free. You don't have to pay. Bye." And the waitress comes out, and she's in pain. She's got her arms just. Oh my goodness! You guys should be very, very careful. That guy is really bad luck. She's telling you in Spanish, but she says in English, "Bad luck, bad luck." Guy, bad luck.
I'll point to where Tom walked out.
Yeah. So, and she says, "He, bad luck, bad luck."
I don't speak Spanish, y'all. I speak French.
Not even.
So she says,
So an undertaker.
Okay. Wild ask here. I have some points in Latin because I didn't know
you
what
can
language
you can roll Latin in hard. See if you can pull it off. I mean, if you have Portuguese or Italian, yes. Latin, it's just a little tougher. But yeah, no.
It was with a guy.
All right, so that's that. All right, so the evening ends. The cook kind of like starts pushing you out with her hands because they're gonna close. She says, "Close, close, close," and they're closing. So by then it's almost like 7 o'clock by the time you're gonna sleep. What do you guys want to do now? Well, no, I would say 8 o'clock.
We're in a town.
Yes, you're in the Buenos Aires city. City of Buenos Aires.
Does anybody want to explore the town?
I wouldn't mind a jaunt around town.
We're gonna walk around town.
All right, you guys take off walking. You see the many streets, whatever. How far are you gonna walk? Or how long?
How big is this town? I don't.
It's probably as big as New York.
Ah, shoot. What do you think, Arthur? Like an hour?
Yeah, nice out walk after
Trying to digest that
dinner.
food.
Hey, they say that that a walk after dinner is actually really good for you. So.
All right. So as you guys are walking, by the way, who is walking with you guys? Just you two?
Edward's gonna tag along.
Okay. What about you, Dan? What are you doing?
Yeah, I'm probably gonna stay behind, I reckon.
All right. So you guys are walking, and eventually, on an alleyway, you notice that there's this woman that she's just crying. What do you guys do? You just hear some
How-
crying noises, and at the distance, it looks like it could be a woman. There seems to be a guy there too.
How deep into the alley was it?
Um, 50, 60 feet.
Ooh, nope.
Yeah, no.
Amaya will call out, hello, or rather, hola. I would have picked up that one word. And I'll just wave.
And the guy just grabs his gun and shoots her in the head. Bam!
Ah,
All
Turns
right, I grab
around
everybody's hand and we walk away. We walk away quickly.
and turns around and looks at you.
uh, um, Arthur's just shocked right now.
Yeah, okay. If I can see that Arthur's not moving, I'm gonna grab his hand and pull hard and start running.
Okay. So you guys start running. All right. So nothing else really happens besides that. But when you see that, I do need some sanity, please.
Yeah.
Oh wait, I rolled on hard.
Guys, gotta stop clicking back.
All right. So nothing major to that. Go ahead and roll a 1d. Actually, don't roll anything. Just take away 1 point of sanity. So going back to our spy, go ahead and roll. Roll listen.
Listen.
Yeah. All right. You hear voices. You cannot really make up what they're saying as they're not super loud. But there seems to be voices inside the room. Very, very hard to make up. What do you want to do?
Is there a keyhole or anything?
There is.
I guess I'll take a surreptitious look through it.
All right. You start looking through the keyhole. And kind of hard to see. Everything looks so dark. Go ahead and roll your luck. What? Okay. Well, I'm assuming you have more than 6 of luck, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
yeah.
Did you click on
So,
anything?
so you look straight. However, you're not
Yeah,
able to
I
see
clicked
much
it
or
on my
anything
character.
through the keyhole. I mean, you do see inside,
Well,
but you don't
it's
see
different
much. Eventually, you do see that a hand just moves, but nothing crazy. So I'm gonna need you to roll your dexterity.
That I am good at.
All right, and at that point, the door opens, and Tom just comes out, and when he comes out, he's like, "Oh, hi. Do you need something?"
Yeah, you forgot to pay the lady at the restaurant.
No,
I came over
I
here
pay
to
her.
see
I
the,
pay her tomorrow morning before I pick up my food. I have an arrangement with the owner because I didn't know if you guys were gonna order anything else or not. So I pay her tomorrow morning, and then when we go, mainly because I pick up food there to take with us, and then when we go, and then we come back. You know, we normally have a big meal over there, and I pay her again right before we leave. We're probably gonna bring some food on the boat too before we leave. So, so yeah.
Okay,
But
I
she
was
knows.
just trying to be helpful, relay a message from the restaurant.
Oh well, I appreciate that. I can totally see that this trip is gonna be awesome, and that I made definitely the right decision on picking the crew. Somebody such as helpful as yourself is it's definitely looking like we're gonna do great. Fantastic. Go ahead and roll your power.
Mm.
All right. You fail your power. All of a sudden, you just continue talking to him. But as you continue talking to him, you notice that everything seems to be moving so slow around you, and he just talks to you like you just not even listening right now to what he's telling you because of how slow he seems to be talking. He just continues chatting
I'm gonna
and
go
chatting
back to my room now, okay? I'll see you later.
and chatting.
Bye-bye.
And you do say that, yes. And you start moving, going to your room, and you keep going slower and slower. And as you get to the stairs to head down, you notice that every step you take to go down one step seems to be taking so long, so long, almost as if it took 30 seconds to get to the next step and the next step. Eventually, you feel something touching you on the shoulder, almost as if it's a hand. Do you turn around?
Do I turn around?
Yeah.
No, I just keep going.
All right. You keep going, and all of a sudden, something grabs you from the other shoulder. And as you get grabbed from the other shoulder, you feel a tentacle just wrapping around your neck. And eventually, go ahead and roll your power again. You just snap out and realize that there's really nothing touching you, no tentacle, nothing on your neck, and you just leave. Go ahead and roll a. Actually, don't. Yeah, go ahead and do a sanity roll for me. Go ahead and roll a 1d3. Alright. And as you're leaving, you hear from your back, Tom says, "Sleep tight, see you in the morning. Up and early." So,
Yeah, see you tomorrow. Down the stairs.
what would you like to do?
I'm gonna go back to the other hotel and try and find the others.
Okay, so you're gonna go back, I'm sorry, where?
To the other hotel.
Okay. So you get to your hotel, to your room, I guess?
Yeah, I'm gonna try and find the other. I'm gonna go knock on their door, see if they're back yet.
Okay. You go to the other hotel and you notice that no one is there. They're not there at the moment.
Okay, well, I'm just gonna wait in the lobby.
Right, you sit in the lobby and you just relax over there. You wait for about an hour and a half, and you see that the rest of the group finally makes it back.
Okay, I'll just relate my strange experience with Tom.
Okay.
Voices in his room, low, tentacle, snapped out of it.
I look at the others like, do we tell him?
Arthur just kind of gives like a little shake of his head to say like he doesn't need to know.
Okay, all right. She'll slightly nod and turn back to him and just doesn't know what to say. So she was like, "Did you smell fish when the tentacles come too?"
Didn't seem octopus. Seemed more squid.
Oh, cool.
Fun.
Um, hey, Officer Gustav, if like you saw someone get shot in the head, what would you do?
Well, I would probably report it to the local authorities.
Okay, that's an option.
I try to find any kind of identification they have on them, so I can locate their family and offer my services.
Okay. If somebody like shot somebody else in the head, and then they saw you seeing them, what would you do?
I'd shoot them first.
Okay, cool. Okay. You don't have a gun.
I'd be worried
have
somebody's
a
gonna
gun, by
come
the
after
way.
you as a witness.
I think we should go back to Officer Gustav's room and talk more about this technical thing.
Yes, that seems about right.
Okay. All right. So you guys go into. I guess. Do you guys want to go into each other's rooms, or all of you want to go into one room just to talk?
I want to go into the officer's room.
Okay. You go into that room. What now?
I didn't plan that far ahead.
Yeah, well, Tom has struck me in the wrong way ever since I met him, and what happened tonight in the restaurant, and then after I followed him back to his hotel room. You know, I've seen something like this one time before, and it was bad.
Okay.
Wait. Bad in what way?
I'm sorry.
Well,
What?
But people started acting like zombies, and there was like this Egyptian cat goddess, and you know,
I'm sorry.
dynamite.
Egyptian cat goddess.
Yeah, something like Bast or something like that.
Arthur takes out like a little notebook and just starts jotting down everything you're saying. This would make a great book.
Wait until you get to the dynamite part.
Well, if you're from Arkham, you definitely would have heard a couple months ago when there was that mass killing where all those cats were found around town, and there was that happening at the cemetery where everything was destroyed. You guys would have heard of that at least. Maybe not know its specifics, but definitely heard.
Yeah, it's like this. I learned this trick how to do lightning out of my fingers, from reading that book. Okay, I think this guy, he's either changing his shape or he's using some sort of spell.
Arthur is just unbelieving of what he is hearing. He thinks that this guy is kind of insane, but like this is great material for like a book, one of his books. So he's just furiously writing all this down. Lightning out of his fingers.
Yeah. We got a
Am I-
window here. We got a window.
Yeah, you do have a window.
I'm gonna open the window and do Pharaoh's wrath out the window so they can see it.
Go ahead
Now, do you
and
believe me?
go ahead and you need to add it to your spells. So, did you add it to your spells?
Yeah.
Okay,
I
then
don't
click
have
on
all
the
stuff
spell.
from the book. I don't have all the stuff from the book, but I just put in like Pharaoh's wrath. I don't know how many magic points it is, or
No. What you do is you just add it on the spell, right? Hold on, let me a second, and I'll tell you if it's okay. Man, what happened here? All right, so where is your character, Dave Gustav? Spells. Okay, so let's edit that. Let's go ahead and say that it'll cost 2 points of magic. We're gonna go with a whopping 3 sanity points.
oh dear.
And other costs. That's it. Casting time 1. Just a moment. Spell learned. And it'll do, we're gonna go ahead and say that it does a 1d8 damage.
To what?
Electricity. Alright.
Yeah, I just opened the window and pointed it up into the sky.
Yeah, now you can roll it.
Oh, okay.
So I just click on it to roll it.
Yep.
I
There
have
you
a
go.
distinctly lopsided grin after I do this.
And everybody owes me 3 points of sanity. A 1d3
Oh man.
sanity roll.
Oh.
Well, actually, yeah, you will roll sanity, but then after you fail it, it'll be a 1d3. If you pass it, you will just lose 1 point.
Give me some. Okay.
Oh,
God damn it. I hate all of you.
you say just 1 point?
Yep.
If you pass, yeah.
Samuel's doing so great.
Mm.
So, all right. So you guys, are you guys doing anything else that night?
I guess
Been
not.
quite a day.
Gotta ask the they're all about me.
Arthur just sees the lightning and he just stands up, walks out of the room, goes into his room and just he doesn't even get ready for bed. He just plops down on the bed and just face first into it.
All right. That's one way to go to bed. So, go ahead.
I'm gonna ask the operator to summon.
Okay.
You're breaking up.
I'm gonna ask about what happened in New York.
You mean Arkham?
Arkham?
No, New York. That's where the officer's from, right? No, that
It
wasn't
happened to
Arkham.
be.
You're right. That wasn't
was
Arkham.
just
You're right.
as
You're right.
Arkham.
Yeah, it was an arc.
I don't know. I just ran into this, with these people, and they said something was happening, and I had this strange dream the day before, and we went into a cemetery, and there's like zombies and something with one eye and claws that I don't know what the hell it was, and then there were tigers, and the Egyptian cat got us, and we all freaked out and came back and blew her up with dynamite.
Go ahead and roll listen.
All of us?
Yep.
Yeah, he knows that I know about him, so here he comes, probably. Ah.
I'm still missing a roll, I think.
I'm not in the room anymore. I'm.
Well, yeah, I still want you to roll listen.
Oh, okay, cool.
Even if you're in your own room. Okay.
Okay.
So those of you that fail obviously don't hear anything. Those of you that pass, you hear steps outside of your door. Like somebody stepping almost as if they're walking. And then after you hear that, it really startles you the fact that your radio just turns on and starts playing in music. It sounds really, really loud. On every single one of those rooms.
What song is it?
It's a jazz song from the 20s.
Yeah. It's a great night.
Do you hear just one set of steps?
You broke up.
Do I just hear like one person walking?
Roll intelligence.
No. Okay.
Actually, don't roll intelligence. Roll a 1d3. Okay, yeah, you heard one person walk.
I'm gonna hide underneath my bed.
Great idea.
You're hiding under my bed because you're in the same room as me.
I am. I immediately dive underneath the bed.
All right.
I see her go under the bed. I'm gonna pull my gun.
You're under the bed, and okay, and the music's still going, and that's it. That's all that happened so far.
I'm gonna turn off the music and ask her why she's under my bed.
Okay.
There may have been a murder tonight. Just like maybe.
Oh, a hypothetical. It's not so hypothetical.
And the maybe the guy that murdered knows what I look like. And maybe other members of this party don't run very fast.
Are you looking at anybody in particular?
What's that Arthur who froze?
I'm gonna go listen at the door to see if there's somebody out there.
You know, you don't listen. You don't hear anything else.
I don't hear anything but a door.
That's cool.
So, do you guys want to do anything else, or do you want to skip till the morning?
Can we all stay in the same room tonight?
I don't know. It's up to you.
Yeah, if you want to stay here, I'm fine. You know, I can sleep in a chair.
No, she just stays underneath the bed.
All right. So you two stay in the same room, and the night goes by, and eventually the morning comes, and all of a sudden you hear a very loud knock on the door. That wakes you up, definitely. It says, "It's time to go, guys. We're leaving. Get ready."
Mr. Freaky Tentacles.
And then about, I don't know, 5 minutes after, if you guys are not at the door, the knock happens again. So, I'm assuming you guys grab your stuff and whatnot?
Yep.
Alright. So, once you come out of the room, he is waiting in the lobby, sitting down. It's like, "Oh, I'm so glad you guys are ready." And you guys just got ready so quick. That is so nice. See, I like reliable people. They're always ready to go. It is amazing. So, I think it's time for us to go. I have the crew outside with the trucks. I just need somebody to drive the other truck. Who wants to drive?
Maya puts her hand up very excitedly.
All right. You look like an avid driver, so I'm sure I can count on you to drive some top of the line technology from a foreign country. So let's go. And you guys go outside, and you guys get on this two trucks that they look like they've been handmade out of different parts and different metals that really don't match with anything. He says, this is local technology. I believe the locals have built these vehicles. They're supposed to be fairly sturdy. And once you start going, go ahead and roll drive vehicle.
Why did you drive the vehicle?
Yeah, guys, I'm gonna have to stop it over here because my kid is puking again, and probably I'm not gonna make it back. But it was a great session tonight. I am really sorry. Make sure you roll your improvements. I'm probably gonna be back around 5-10 minutes, but you know we're not gonna be continue playing until next Thursday.
Alright, well,